Welcome back to Blizzard Abroad. So today I just wanted to come up here, just give my thoughts on just things that I've been thinking about, man. My opinions. And the thing that's been on my mind lately is like the state of affairs in the manosphere. Now, initially I came up here and I said, I don't agree, I don't advocate for traveling on the basis of meeting a woman first or for sexual relations. And I still agree with that. But I get it, man. I get why guys are doing it. And the more and more I spend time in this space, the more and more I realize that that is a major driving force for why men travel. And honestly, it just goes against what my initial beliefs were. Um, Initially, I thought guys were just, fed up with the system, fed up with politics, fed up with, everyday life, the everyday struggle, you know, seeing crime pushed in our face by the mainstream media, seeing all these issues pushed into our face, and basically having our emotions capitalized off of, having our emotions monetized by the mainstream media. I thought that was the main driving force because honestly, that's that was my main driving force for wanting to leave America, and it still is. But everyone's not the same, and I don't blame anybody for having their own individual motivations for wanting to travel, for wanting to immigrate. Um, the choice is yours, man. We all have to choose our own paths. We all have to choose our own destinations. So I can't judge anybody just because they're not on the same path as me or they're not heading to the same place. We all can still learn something from each other. Um, but what I'm starting to realize is that maybe I am on a different path than a lot of people that I thought I was aligned with. Um, because the fact of the matter is, and especially in the manosphere, the fact of the matter is that we as men have to take responsibility for the current state of affairs. Can't blame all of our problems on women. Now, me personally, I've had long-term relationships. The mother of my son, we were together for 8 years. Um, I was married to another woman for 5 years. Um, I was in a long-term relationship of 13 years. Um, I've been able to establish and maintain relationships. They didn't work out. And obviously I don't think they were meant to work out. Let me just say that. But I never left those relationships with animosity. They were just, the time was up. The time was up. It was time to move on. I don't hate any of them. Um, Obviously my son's mother has passed on, but all of my other exes, I don't hate them. I don't have an animosity towards them. No matter what. I did things that I shouldn't have done. They did things that they shouldn't have done. We're human. We make mistakes. I'm not gonna blame every downfall, every obstacle, everything that's wrong with my life, everything I've ever been through. I'm not gonna blame it on a woman. And we in the manosphere have to stop doing that. we have to ourselves stop monetizing people's emotions. I get it. It's a business. I get it, man. If I wanted to go viral, if I wanted to blow up, I could come up here and I could say some crazy shit every day. And I don't know if I will blow up or not, but I will have a much greater chance because that's what people love. We're fueling people's emotions to get a certain reaction out of them. Pretty sure if I came up here every day, talked about women and dragged women or talked about sex all the time, like I would get a lot more views. I'll get a lot more subscribers. But that's not me. It's just not what I'm going to do. Um, I have a different purpose. And I know it. I have a different purpose. Uh, when I was in my teens and I was getting in trouble, and I went away for 2 years. And one of the things I had to do in my rehabilitation was speak to, I had to go around and tell my story to elementary school students. And I think that did something to me. Way back then, I'm talking about damn near almost 30 years now. I'm 46 now. I just turned 46 June 2nd. So I think it did something to me then because I enjoyed that so much. And I'm a very shy person. Um, I'm pretty much a loner. You know, I form relationships fine. I interact with people fine. I'm much more comfortable being by myself. I enjoy the time by myself. But when I can connect with people, you know, I enjoy that also. Genuine connections. But being able to help people, I felt it even way back then. I felt um, just a connection, even if it was with one kid or another kid. I just told my story to them, and I think I've been ever since then. You know, I did bad things in my teens. I was a teenager. I was a kid myself, and I think I've been trying to somehow make up for that ever since. The people I hurt back then. It's part of the reason why I still volunteer. It was part of the reason why then I was always the one that was volunteering to go speak to the elementary school students. Because even when I was out there in the streets, gang banging, you know, doing bad shit, I knew that wasn't my destiny. So, like I said, ever since then, I've been trying to give back. I've been trying to, even though I'm not some highly successful guy, I'm just a regular guy. I still feel the need to help people when I can. Any chance I get, I will help somebody. You know, and I think that's what it's all about. It's not about getting rich off of YouTube. It's not about getting the clicks. It's about just reaching a couple of people. And I've seen that I've been able to at least do that, you know, and I appreciate that. And I don't need anything, I don't need compensation to help someone. I'll do that for free every time, you know. And I think we need more of that in this space. We need more of that in this space. Yes, there's an entertainment aspect to it. And I'm not judging anybody. I'm not trying to get on a high horse. You know, if I can make money from YouTube, I will make money from YouTube. Absolutely. But I won't monetize people's emotions. I won't come up here and say all your problems is because of a woman, a Western woman, because it's just not true. People don't live on YouTube. We go out in this world, we see happy couples walking around every day, and every man in a relationship is not a simp. There are people forming relationships, having children, being successful, and being happy right here in America. That's what they choose to do. That was their path. We as men need to stop complaining. yes, we do have problems, but where does it stem from? It all goes back to men. If you're mad at feminism, guess who you have to blame for that? A man. Men men created the infrastructure for that to exist in. Men protect feminism. You know, you want to look at it, who was saying happy wife, happy life? Men. Who fell for the shit? Men. Stop being angry at these women, man. Like, and it, like I said, my birthday just passed. And I usually don't, I'm not too big on birthdays. I really don't care about it. I don't need to celebrate my birthday or not. But my mom does. So every year she tries to do something. Go out for dinner, go over her house, she'll cook, something like that. So she sent out a text to I guess to everybody. I don't even know who she sent it out with. But guess who showed up for me? The women in my family showed up and celebrated me on my birthday. So I know good women. I meet them every day. You know, so how can I blame them for my failed relationships? They had nothing to do with them. There's one common denominator in all my failures. Me. I'm the common denominator in all of my failures. Whether it's in a relationship, a job, or anything. I'm the common denominator. Now, I'm not saying that every little aspect is my fault, but there I am every single time. We need to pick ourselves up and be fucking men. Stop blaming everything on the women. Right? Choose your path. Follow your fucking path, man. On that path, there's probably gonna be 3 lanes. A fast lane, a traveling lane, slow lane. There's going to be obstacles in the way. There's going to be pit stops. There's going to be detours. Sometime you're going to have to get off the exit. And then you have to find your way back. That is life. That's life. I don't consider myself Manosphere, man. I'm just a fucking guy that wants to talk to people. That's it. I'm just a guy that wants to talk to people. I'm not red pill. I'm not damn sure not an incel. I'm not MGTOW. I respect those guys. I respect everybody. I'm not a passport bro. I respect the hell out of what those guys are doing, especially the guys that are doing it right. I respect them. But there are certain guys in those spaces that all they do is bash women. And I get some women need to be bashed. Some women need to be held accountable. Some women need to be called out on the bullshit. But some men do too. Some men do also. But it can't just be about bashing the women. Like, God forbid, one of you guys run across my mother. My mother's always been there for all of us, for all her sons. God forbid some idiot runs across my mother and is rude to my mother. They don't know my mother. They don't know my sisters, my aunts. All these beautiful black women, all these beautiful women anyway that have nothing to do. A lot of people to this day still don't even know what the fucking manosphere is. But you gonna hold the door for my mother because your ex broke your fucking heart. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. You won't hold the door for my daughter because your ex did some foul shit to you. That's ridiculous, man. this drizzle shit. Like, we have to be careful of the message that we're projecting, because somebody is going to take that message and run with it. That drizzle shit, initially, I thought it was funny, man. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny as hell because I got it. I knew exactly what it was. It's parody. But then I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, yo, some kid 10 years from now is gonna see this shit, man. You know what I mean? And they're gonna take it serious. Even if maybe it's not even 10 years, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that Usher song. Trading places. It reminded me of that shit, because that song sounded gay as hell when it came out, and it still sounds gay as hell. There's nothing wrong with gay, but in that song, in that Trading Places song by Usher, he was talking about the girl picking him up, the girl waiting on him, the girl paying for dinner, the girl this and that, and the girl was doing everything. Then the crazy part was the hook when he said, "I'm always on the top, but tonight I'm on the bottom." And I was like, "Ooh, pause." That's how y'all say it. Like, what? like, oh, nah, bro. Nah, bro. But that's honestly, man, that's drizzle, man. But more seriously, man, we have to be careful of the messages that we're putting out, especially if we're men, if we're leaders. Even if we're not leaders, if we just want to be able to influence anybody, you know. And we have to remember why we came to these spaces, man. I constantly have to remind myself that. I've only been uploading videos for 3 months. And I've had to constantly remind myself, like, nah, bro, you ain't come here for that. Nah, bro, you ain't come here to make videos like that. I've got so many videos that I won't probably ever upload. Because once I go back to them, I'm like, nah, don't. So maybe a day will come for me to release videos like that, but just not the time right now. Like, I was at the gym tonight before work, and in that gym, it was a slow night, and there was probably 20 people in that gym, and 3 out of the 20 were were kids that I coached. And it's just like that's why I do it. They're in college. Well, 2 of the 3 are in college, and the other one is doing pretty good. He's working. You know, he's 20 years old. I mean, he ain't got it all figured out, but he's working. He's not in trouble. He's doing what he got to do. But just 3 out of 20 were kids that I coached, man. Kids that I've had an influence on. The other 2 are in college. Maybe I don't. I think they would have been in college. They're the type of kids they would have been in college regardless if I ever met them or not. But I know that I've said something. I've motivated them, and maybe I said something that they needed to hear along the way. And that's what I do it for, man. That's what I do it for. Hopefully, I could get to a point where that's how my YouTube channel is, because that's all I came here for. And like, I've gotten a little pushback, but not a lot. I had one guy telling me, "Oh, Travel Channel spins the globe and chooses Cebu City." It's like, this dude don't know me, bro. Like, he calls Cebu City sex pest capital of the world. And I'm like, bro, really? Been to Las Vegas or New York now with all the migrant bullshit going on? Like, people, um, they project they project the image of their own self onto other people. Like, because I've never advocated for that. I've actually advocated against that. and traveling for those reasons. So, and I'm not a travel channel. If you go look at my description of my page, I'm not a travel channel. It's not what I'm here for. I'm not gonna be jumping off. I'm not gonna be cliff diving in Bali. I'm not gonna be doing any of that shit, man. I'm here to motivate blue collar workers to follow their dreams, to seek out happiness, no matter where that's at. That's it. It doesn't even have to stop at blue collar workers. Anybody that feels that they deserve better, they want better, they want to blaze their own trails, you know, go against go against the norms, or what people believe that they should be doing. That's what I'm here for. So I never said I was a travel channel. So no, you won't. Am I going to document my travels? Yes. Yes. Currently, right now, I'm at work. So, back in the U.S. I got some things in the work though, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going so far. Especially me being only up here for 3 months, I got some things in the works that are pretty amazing for only being up here a short amount of time. Um, so I'm just gonna keep pushing, no matter what anybody says. No matter what anybody says, because I know that there are broken men in the U.S. There are broken men in the U.S. and it's sad. It's sad. It's a sad state that we're in. But not everyone is broken, but there are broken men, and you know we need to be able to pick ourselves up, um, be able to admit that we're that first, and you got to admit that you're broken. You got to be willing to fix the things that are broken, and you got to be able to do it relentlessly, man, if you want to get better. And then you got to choose your path, and then you gotta follow it relentlessly, man. Because a lot of what we're doing is half stepping, man. I ain't gonna lie, I half stepped for years. I half stepped for years. I poured myself into other people's passions for years. I wanted other people to be. Shit. I for a long time gauged my success on helping other people be successful. And now I'm focusing on myself and what my definition of success looks like. That's the path I'm on. That's the journey I'm on. You know, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's not going to happen overnight. I know that. It's going to happen step by step. It's going to happen with me being determined, me being undeterred, me like I said, I'm not gonna come up here and lay my plans out and say, hey, this is my plans. I give you the outline of what I want out of life, you know, and then as I accomplish each step, like I said, I got something in the works coming. I should know about it soon. So I'll do the work behind the scenes. I'll let you know. I'll give you a brief, a basic outline of the things I want to do. I mean, you guys know. I want to be able to live in the Philippines in the next 3 years. And I want to be able to, to earn money, to earn enough money to live comfortably. And I got a peg that I'm about to put in, and when that happens, I'll let you know how it went, how it came about. I'll give it to you. Like, but the one good thing about my channel, I think, is that if you go back and watch the videos, man, I wish I started earlier, but I didn't. I wish I did. But you're basically seeing um, from the first trip, the first ever trip to the Philippines, and then um, the realization that, yeah, this is something I really want to do. And then you're going to see step by step me accomplishing my goals, taking these steps. You know, um, shit, it's 1:39 in the morning. Football, first day of football practice is well today. at 3 p.m. So you're gonna see that too. You're gonna see the grind. You're gonna see the grind, man, because it is a grind. And so I'm gonna be working overnights, coaching football, making YouTube videos. Hopefully, I'll be going back to school soon. So yeah, damn, just saying it, just saying it. It's not overwhelming. I know I can do it. I know I can do all of those things, and still accomplish my goals. Um, but like I said, man, if you're in the manosphere, man, like I said, man, be mindful, be careful, because you know what? Everybody, especially like those that advocate for people seeking relationships outside the country or looking to live abroad, everybody can't do that. Everybody is not going to be able to do that. Like I see guys with 100,000 subscribers, and they're up here saying, "Hey, you got to get out the country. You got to leave the country." Like I did, man. There's a very small percentage of the people that follow you are ever going to be able to accomplish that. You know, we are Americans. We don't travel outside the country a lot to begin with, and to be able to pick up and leave. I mean, remote jobs are dwindling now, and the competition for remote jobs are high. So it's not just as easy as saying, "Hey, get a remote job." During the pandemic, but now the companies are cracking down. Competition is fierce. So just saying get a remote job is not going to work anymore. If you're advocating for that, so just be careful, man. Some guys, to be honest, if you want to give good advice, you got to tell some guys, yo, you got to nut up, bro. You're not leaving the country. It's not for everybody. Start saying that in my last video, man. This shit ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody, man. There's some people that are not going to act right. You're a content creator. You got a follower that is not going to make it if they travel overseas, man. I know people personally that have asked me about traveling to the Philippines. I'm like, nah, bro, I don't think you should do it. I don't think you should do it. You're impatient. Get upset when you got to wait 5 minutes for your order. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Nah, bro. I don't think you should do it. You can't let you can't. You always got to have the last word. You can't just walk away from certain situations. Now, you don't need to travel internationally. You know, and that's the truth. That's the absolute truth, man. Got to be real with people, man. Especially like if you're advocating for such a big accomplishment that would be for some people, man. I said it before, man. I've said these things before. But like I said, I know I'm a small channel, so I don't expect everyone to have seen my other video. Well, I could tell by the amount of views that they got. So everybody hasn't seen my other videos. Um, like I said, man, I try to stay humble, man. I try to stay humble, man. I'm nobody, man. I'm, I'm not good looking. I'm not. Let me see. I am. So let's just be real. I'm 5'5". I weigh right now. I probably weigh about 158 pounds down here. Probably weigh about 158 pounds. I actually lost 10 pounds since I've been back from the Philippines. Man. I was like 168 when I went over there. I've been back in the gym, so getting that right. So I got more videos coming. I've been doing things since I've been back home. I've been trying to stay active. I've been hitting the gym, trying to get my cholesterol down. I'm healthy. I've always been healthy, but genetically, I just got screwed genetically with cholesterol, high cholesterol. Um, so I'm doing everything I can to try to stay off of that pill, man. I do not want to take that pill the rest of my life, man. That it makes me feel nauseous all day, like car sick. I hate taking pills, period. The only pill I take is I did get a sleeping pill because I have a lot of trouble sleeping. Not sleeping. I have a lot of trouble sleeping. I have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. Ever since I came back and started working third shift, and it's been 4 years now. So, um, but I don't even take that every day. I take it when I know I need to sleep. Yeah, I have something important to do, and I know I need sleep. Other than that, I just deal with it. I don't want to be on a pill regimen. What else? That's about it, man. That's about it. Like I said, I should be hearing back. Hopefully, I will be able to come up here with some good news for you guys. Let you know um, that I accomplished that first step that I was looking to accomplish, and um, I'll be. It would be amazing to be able to come up here and share the good news with you guys. So I know this was a long video. Probably gonna chop. Well, I'm gonna chop this up. But listen, man, if you're looking to travel abroad, like I always say, man, travel with respect. Learn the culture. Be nice to the people. They will be nice to you if you're nice to them. Um, my sister's traveling right now, man. She's in went to Scotland and Ireland. Um, so she's been sending pictures back. You know, that looks like she's having a ball, man. I love it, man. I love it because we never thought that we were supposed to travel, man. And I know there's a lot of people who still feel that way. Why on earth would you want to travel outside of the United States? Everything's here. It's the greatest country on earth. Like, there are a lot of beautiful things outside of this country. There's a lot of beautiful things inside this country. You know, we have a lot. Like, America's a beautiful country. America is a beautiful, beautiful country, man. And there's a lot to see here. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot to experience here. But this is home, and you know how it is. You know, you know how it is. Everybody wants to venture away from home. Most people do. But there's some people that just like they're upset at the fact that other people want to travel the world. Me personally, I was always the type that thought there's no need to go anywhere else. Why do I need to go outside the country? Everything's here. Everything that I need is here. And then if we did think of our thought of international travel was, you know, go to Jamaica, go to you know, go to Mexico, Bahamas, you know, never thought about traveling overseas. You know, we heard all the horror stories. They don't like you over there. Why you want to go over there? Sure they're gonna like you? They don't like black people over there. Like now, honestly, you're seeing those myths be broken. There's still people out there slinging a bullshit myth because they have one bad experience. Not a whole country is racist. Now, how's that different than how they look at us? How's that different? It's not fair. Like, to say you have one bad, like this particularly happens in Italy all the time. I just seen a video of a lady saying, "Oh, Italy is racist." Well, it's a country. One, a country is in itself can't be racist. It's just a fucking dirt and water and all that shit. But to say that the entire population of one place is a certain way just because you had a bad experience is the definition of stereotyping. And it's wrong to do it. It's wrong when it's done to us. It's wrong when it's done to anybody. You see it all the time, man. Like, black men are still asking if uh I don't know, man. I had guys push back on me about that video I made. I addressed it, but even in me addressing it, I still had guys pushing back. Oh, that is a valid question to ask. You know what? You keep asking the question, and you'll never go anywhere. Never go anywhere, man. What if I told you that, every other town around your city didn't like black people? Would you never leave your town? Eventually, you're gonna have to go somewhere, man. Like, imagine Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers. Imagine them listening to that bullshit, man, and being scared to push the boundaries. Imagine that. Where the fuck would we be at right now? Use my language, man. That's how you're being controlled. You're being controlled. Black man, I don't specifically talk to black men. I'll talk to anybody, man. But particularly black men. Like, your emotions are being controlled and used against you. And it's not by just the government or racist people. Being done by everybody. You're getting hit over the head every which way possible, man. You're being told that the government doesn't like you. You're being told that the system, being told that other countries don't want you. You're being told that, you know, you're a certain way and that you're always going to be a certain way. You're being told that you're not good fathers. You're being told that, you're more prone to violence. You're being told that, your own women don't want you. Your own women hate you. You're being told a whole bunch of shit, but I haven't experienced that, man. I've experienced some of it. I've experienced racism on an individual basis. Yes, I've came across racist people. Yes, I do think that systematic racism still exists, but I don't think that it affects everybody like they are trying to say it is. I've experienced the hate of a black woman. I have from a singular black woman. I got one guy that looked at me funny when I was in the Philippines. I think that's just because he was working and I happened to turn the camera on him. He probably didn't want the fucking camera on. But other than that, I experienced no other inkling of racism in the Philippines at all. People stopped me. People talked to me. I was invited into. I wish I recorded that, man. I wish I had that interaction because on my trip to Sorrel Gardens, that was a rainy day. That's why if you watch the video, you'll see it was overcast. It wasn't like I seen in the pictures, but it was still beautiful. It was still as beautiful to me as if the sun was shining and stuff. I just wish I could have seen more out into to the horizon, but it was kind of rainy that day, and we made it up fine. But on our way back, it started raining, and I was on a hubble, a motorbike, and it started pouring down, you know, and we ended up pulling over, man. And there was four women sitting, and they were like out front on the front yard, but the front yard was covered. I don't know what it was, but there was like, I'm not gonna say a carport. You can pull in, and they were sitting out front, and it was all covered. Um, and they're like, "Hey, come on over here." And me and the driver went over there, and honestly, it poured down for like at least 30 minutes, man. We just sat and we talked about America. We talked about the Philippines. We talked about, because I did want to go to the falls that were over there, and they were like, "Nah, you can't go to the falls. It was a mudslide or something." So we just talked, man. Talked about relationships. These are four older women. There was one younger girl, but as soon as she seen me coming, she ran off, man. But I don't. I mean, like I said, I don't think like some people when that girl ran off. Um, some people's first initial reaction would be like, "Oh, she's racist. Why is she running from a black man?" But that wasn't my. That's never my go-to. My first initial reaction is that she's shy. She's shy. Maybe she never met a foreigner before. She's shy, and maybe she's not dressed the way she thinks she should be dressed, or maybe like, because some people are like that, man. But some other people would think, "Oh, she's racist," and it's like, why is that the first go-to? Negativity. But we sat there and talked for a half an hour. Then I got him up, and I got back on the hubble, and we went on. It's like they didn't have to do that, man. They didn't have to do that. And I know a lot of places here in America that the people wouldn't even think to do that. There are some that would, but I know a lot of places in America that they wouldn't even think a second about helping somebody in that situation. You know it's true. I know it's true. So.